Hi sweet friends, and welcome back to Sarah's Homemade Home. I have you guys out here on the porch with me today because we are going to be talking about seeds. I've got Harrison out here and he is riding his tractor. It is a beautiful day. It is not quite 60 degrees yet, but I think it is supposed to be warm and lovely today, and everybody is in the mood for gardening. We are ready to get started. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys the process of starting a few seeds. The seeds that I'm going to be starting with you guys is for my raised bed, like my kitchen garden. This is essentially like my herb garden. Planting and starting seeds is incredibly easy, but you do need a few essential items. Some things we can get by with on the cheap, and then other things you kind of have to have and invest money in. So first thing, let's just talk about this bag that's right here. This is potting soil. You can get potting soil at your co-op. You can find it at the dollar store. You can find it anywhere, but you have to have dirt in order to get your seeds actually started. So I have filled up. These are some of like cups that I had bought other plants from, like at a nursery. I have just saved the little cups. So this is incredibly easy, very economical. They're plastic, it's cheap. It works really well. These are the nicer cups that we ordered. I'm gonna do my best to see if I can find all of these things to link for you guys, but it is a much thicker plastic, and we have used these probably, this will be like our 4th year using them, and they're great quality, and they're reusable, and they last year after year after year after year. It's better to kind of invest in a few things on the first end of it, and then you're able to use them for years on end. Now with these, the nicer little cups that we ordered the trays. I will show you guys one of the trays. Hang on, I have to unload it first. Okay, so this is the trays that we got, and essentially it is a 2-tray system. So there is the little cubes that I show you guys, the nicer planters. 18 of them will fit into one of these trays. And essentially the top one has holes in it like a colander, and then the bottom one is a solid plate. So you are able to water and keep them watered and keep them. There is a tag on the side of one of these trays, and I do think that we got them from Johnny's Seed Company. So I will try to find those and link those for you guys. But again, we got all of that at the same time, so those are probably been used now in their 3rd or 4th growing season. So they have worked out great. Now, this I wanted to share with you guys because planting does not have to be expensive. Gardening doesn't have to be expensive. This is a egg holder. This one is Member's Mark, so these are from Sam's, and this is a 24 egg tray. These are great because they're clear plastic, but you can we can start us 24 little plants in here. The problem that you're gonna run into these is, yes, it's super nice that it kind of has the little humidity cover, that it has a lid, but these do not drain well. So our actual cups, they have the holes where they actually get proper moisture, proper drainage. I'm actually gonna use these to start some of my herbs, some of my easier plants, but I would not use me personally, I'm not gonna use these to start like my cucumbers, or squash plants or things like that that are bigger and need much more space, but much smaller plants, like my herbs. This is perfect. And you could use this, and you could put this in a windowsill somewhere that gets direct sunlight. That's kind of step 2 with the planting that we're going to talk about. First is the dirt, and we have to have the cups and everything to put it in. Second is your lighting. My house has almost a wraparound porch that goes around it. I have a ton of natural light that comes in our house, but I really have no direct sunlight. All of our windows are covered by the porch. So for me, I actually have grow lights in my basement. If you are fortunate enough that you have a bay window, or if you have regular like window sills where you can put things in your window sills, you don't have to have grow lights. You can absolutely set these in windows and they would be perfectly fine. My house was not designed for that way, so that doesn't work for me. I do have to use the grow lights in my basement. Now, I live in Zone 6, I live in East Tennessee, and I am not ready to even try to grow anything outside. This is very much still a fall spring season. Yes, it is going to have increasingly warming temperatures, but it is still too cold to try to grow anything and set anything outside on its own. We talked about the cups, we talked about our watering trays, we have talked about the light source. And then the other thing that we're going to talk about is the heat source. You have to have it at least like 65, 68 degrees consistently for seedlings to grow. So yes, your house may be warm enough for them to grow, but you also kind of have to think if you're setting them in the windowsill, like the morning time and the evening time, it really may not still be like a true 68 degrees. Like if you touch that window still could be kind of cool. So for me, it doesn't work because all of my windows, like I said, they are not in direct light. They're not in direct light, and they just don't stay. Even though my house obviously stays at consistent temperature, it is not ideal for growing seedlings. So I have the heat mats. So downstairs, I will show you what the heat mats look like, but essentially it is literally like a heating pad, just like a normal heating pad that people use, but it's for plants. It's really easy. You can get them off of Amazon. They are not very expensive. And again, the same one that I have probably been using for at least like maybe 4, 5, 6 seasons. So it's kind of an investment at first, but if you are really getting into gardening and growing things, it's wonderful to have, and you certainly can make really good use out of it for many, many years. But we are going to be starting, I'm actually going to try some in these little guys because I am needing a ton of herbs this year. So we are going to be starting some dill, and why I want so much dill is for my homemade pickles. But when you are doing the pickles, when you are picking your cucumbers off of the vine, like I probably can make pickles like every 3 days in a week when the cucumbers are really producing, but you need a ton of dill because you were essentially like processing each jar of pickles. So I wanted to start a whole lot of dill. I am going to start parsley for my kitchen garden. I'm also going to start basil. My oregano and thyme did come back. It has made it through the winter season, so I don't have to start those. And we picked up a couple other seed packets, but I think I'm going to check with my husband, but I think I'm going to go ahead and start some cucumber plants as well, just because I have the mats on and the lights out and stuff like that. So I'm going to pop you guys down. I'm going to set you here in the dirt and just watch me work here for a little bit, enjoy the music, and just spring is almost here. I'm so excited, y'all. Well, my husband agreed that it was too early to start the cucumbers, so I'm just so ready for it to be spring. So today I have started my herbs. I've started basil, parsley, and dill. I have started butternut squash. I have started spaghetti squash. I have started stonehead cabbage, and I have started some butterhead lettuce. All of these things, if I can get them started, they can kind of, they're a little bit hardier, can handle, sorry, I have dirt all over me. They can handle kind of being outside. So I have all the seeds planted in kind of the dry potting soil. I'm going to fill up my green watering can and let Harrison give these things a really good water before I carry them down to the basement and put them on to the heating pad, the growing pad. So I'll put you guys on a little bit more music, let you guys see the fun, and then we'll be finished with this video, okay? Wawa?